This video app review is brought to you by the iPhone appreview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhone appreview.com. We're slinging on yet another video review today. This time, take a look at an application called Enjoy Festival, and this puppy is available for 99 cents in the App Store. This is definitely one of the quirkiest and sort of zaniest apps that we've seen in a long time. It's definitely interesting is the word that I would use, so we're going to go ahead and show you that in just a second. Even putting a genre on this app is kind of hard in the sense that it's sort of an arcade app, but it's also got a lot of other things going on with it. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of give you the brief run-through of this. So the essential items that you need to know is it's essentially festival time is sort of the metaphor that's being used here. And you're taking place in a game, and the way that this game works is that you must slap these guys, the little dog faces, I think is kind of what they look like, with their tongues sticking out. You must pop them in the face, but do not touch the princess or the face with a bow that does not have its tongue out. Doing so results in a penalty, and if you do it enough game overs, which is obviously not good. So that you do have these instructions from a translational standpoint. The English is not the best. Developers, you could easily spend just a few minutes with a native speaker and get that fixed up very quickly. As you notice just from the main menu here, the design is kind of rough all around, which is generally a good way of thinking about Enjoy Festival as a total. It's a little rough in a lot of places. There are a lot of things that aren't so great about it. But at the same time, it's got this weird kind of appeal, which I'm going to go ahead and show you now, by selecting from one of the 12 stages that are included. From a content perspective, the gameplay itself does not change through all 12 of these levels. So we would really like to see some more variety there, a little bit of a change in pace, more so than there is. As you go up in levels, you are getting different items that are in the way, which I'll show you in just a second. The pace does increase, and you see more of the faces that you're not supposed to slap floating by. So it does increase a little bit, but still we'd like just an absolute change in the mechanic itself, just to kind of entice us along, or maybe even just some more levels. The reason I'm not hitting one of these is because there's actually no back button once you're inside playing the game, so it's kind of hard to get out. But I'm going to go ahead and show you now what this looks like, I guess by hitting one of these. And then here's the main game mechanic. You are charged with hitting these guys in the face with their tongues out, and then not those, obviously, while a flurry of objects sort of floats by in front of you. So obviously the idea is not to hit the faces and not hit these little objects that I'm looking at, which I believe are cake pieces, or maybe pie slices. And that is the main idea. At the top you'll notice there's a score meter and a high score, so your high score will be saved for each level once you get there. That is obviously kind of a draw to keep you coming back, so that's quite nice. Aside from that, this is basically the game mechanic. You have things like that, the flashing red and warning that happens when you hit the princess in the face. Don't get to say that too often. And aside from that, there are a few fireworks backgrounds that are included when you best a high score or something like that. But overall, this is basically the game mechanic. And like I said, no exit button. So this would be a good case for an Android-style back button on the iPhone. It's kind of bothersome. So that is the main game mechanic. I'm just going to let that sit. And just to give our final wrap-up, as you can tell, the game is very basic, very simple, very repetitive, and in a lot of ways kind of poorly designed. At the same time, it's got a lot of weird appeal in this sort of zany, off-the-wall, out-of-left-field, running out of metaphors kind of way. It's entertaining. Like, you can just simply smack around and see how many points you can get. There's no real pressure. It's not like a Katamari Damacy sort of thing where there's absolutely no pressure whatsoever. But it's an odd mix. So with that in mind, and the fact that the price tag is $1, which in our opinion is even kind of high for this, I don't know that you're actually going to get that much value out of this. Then again, it is just $1. So if you want to give this a go, it is a bargain in the sense that it's only going to cost $1 to test drive, which is, a third of a Starbucks latte, and a cheap latte at that. So with all of that in mind, we are going to give this a 2.5 out of 5-star rating from us here at the iPhone appreview.com. That's how we feel about it. It's got a lot of interesting mechanics going on with it. And the price tag is only $1. So with all of that in mind, 2.5 out of 5 stars for Enjoy Festival. And that's all we have to say about it to this point. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. We'll see you guys later. Bye.